Good day, fellow. Setso is back. Today I just want us to do the linear function or the straight line graph. You see, the straight line graph. I'm going to give you this function of y is equals to 2x plus 4. You see, I want us to sketch this function using what? A dual method. Before I can even start with that, firstly, as a learner, you need to understand something, that the general formula of the linear function is given by y is equals to mx plus c, where m is a gradient or the slope of the graph, where c is a constant value. Some they call it a y-intercept. Let me just say constant, or some they say it's a y-intercept. Do you understand? Then now you just need to know another concept, that if your gradient is positive, let's say if it's positive, we say it's greater than 0, your graph is going to be something like this. You see? Then now if your gradient is less than 0, your graph is going to look like this. If now your gradient is equals to 0, we expect a graph to be like this. Do you understand? Now let's go and sketch this function using a dual method. As for dual method, we must firstly determine the y and also the x-intercept. Let us start with the y-intercept. We are going to say for y-intercept, we let x be 0. Do you understand? Then we are going to take our equation, which is 2x plus 4. Where we see x, we are going to substitute the value of 0 plus 4. Then if you take your calculator, this one is so simple. If you take your calculator and substitute everything, you are going to get an answer of 4, like this. Then we said that our x to be 0. Then for our y, we got 4. You see? Now, let us do the x-intercept. As for the x-intercept, we let y be 0. Then we take our equation 2x plus 4. Where we see y, we substitute 0. Then we are going to have 2x plus 4. Plus 4, like this. We need to solve for x. In order for us to solve for x, let us take 4 to the left hand side. We are going to get negative 4 is equals to 2x. We divide throughout by 2. Then our final answer for x is going to be negative 2. Then we got negative 2 for x. Our y is going to be 0. You see? Don't forget that the set of coordinates, we always start with x, then we follow with y. Then at this point, we can then do what? Sketch. See? Let us call this one A. Let us call this one B, like this. Bear in mind that your gradient is positive. Somehow we expect a graph which is like this for this one. Do you understand? Then it's so simple. You can just draw your Cartesian plane like this. Going to have 1, 2, something like this. We have 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2, minus 2, then 1, 2, like this. Then let us start with this one. We have x, which is 0, and y, which is 4. Then I have to extend a little bit this side. Then our x is 0 somewhere here. Then y is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I plot like this. Then as for the second one, we have minus 2, which is x. Our y is 0. It won't change. It will be somewhere here. Then let us join these two. You see, this is going to be our function now of y is equals to 2x plus 4, like this. We have managed to draw the graph. Then now, what is going to happen if now I were to give you the graph and ask you to go backward to determine what the equation? Let's say if now I have something which is like this. Let me say if we have a graph now which is like this. Let's say if somewhere here we have a, which is 0, let's say it's 4. Let's say somewhere here we have b, which is 2 to 0, like this. See, then I ask you to determine the equation of this graph. How then are you going to determine the equation of this graph? Firstly, we need to determine what? The gradient. The gradient. Then the formula of the gradient is given by m is equals to y2 minus y1. Then we have x2. Then we have x1, like this. You can then just go to your coordinates and say x1, y1, x2, y2, like this. Then let's go and substitute. Y2 is 0, y1 is 4, minus, then we take 4 like this. Then our x2, we have 2. Then our x1, we have minus 0. We are going to have 0 minus 4 is minus 4. 2 minus 0 is 2. Then our final answer is going to be minus 2. See, which is our gradient. Bear this in mind, our gradient is negative 2, which means our graph, yes, do you still remember I said if m is less than 0, somehow if m is negative, our graph must be like this. Indeed, it is like that. You see? Then now, at this point, we are not done yet. Then we will then take this equation of y is equal to mx plus c. You see? Then we got negative 2. The gradient is negative 2, like this. Then we have y x plus c. At this point, we need to determine the value of c. For us to determine the value of c, you need to pick any point between the point A and the point B, any of your choice. Let us take this one of B. Let us pick this one of B. Then we are going to pick this one of b, 2 is to 0 like this. Don't forget that this value is for x, this one is for y. Then we are going to substitute these values. Let me write substitute 2 is to 0 like this. This one is for x. We are going to have minus 2x, which is 2 plus c. Then our y is going to be 0 like this. Do you understand? Then at this point you can then multiply by saying this one multiply by this. We are going to get minus 4 plus c. Then you write 0 this side. Then take this to the right hand side. Then you are going to have positive 4 is equals to c, which is somehow c is equals to 4. At this point, we have managed to determine the value of c. We can then write this equation where we see this c and substitute this 4 which we have gotten here. Then at the end of the day, we are going to have minus 2x plus 4, which is our final answer. You see, just like this, we have managed to determine what the formula of what of this given function. You see, you must know on how to draw the graph, and also you must know on how to determine the equation as well. I thank you.